Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. When last we left off, we had just about found our way to the entrance to the Vulkar base, hoping that they were the ones who had the final journal for what's his face, was it Elkin in his promised land? Anyway, we're going to carry on. There's been a little bit of a gap since I last played, but I do remember that much. Tonight is another non-drinking episode. I've got next to me a steaming cup of turmeric tea. Is that any nice, Kajar? No, it's not. No. It does have the undeniable quality of at least being the last of the bags of that stupid tea. Yeah. I wish I was having a pint or whatever. Journal added, entry added, yes, we are in. Right. Okay. Oh, patrol droid. Enemy sighted. Well, if you're going to patrol droid, then we might as well get the ion blaster out. God, I hate the interface for that. Okay. Hello. Brilliant. Oh my fucking lord. Heroic. Cool, so there's a security panel there. I guess I'll put the pistol away before I forget. Heavy blaster, thank you. Right, what does the security panel say? Slicing the net, yeah, why not? So security system will only be overridden in the main terminal. Right, okay, well. Lucky us. Okay, well we'll go around it in sequential order. Because we're blatantly just going to fight everything in here anyway. We're, it's combat mode as always. Okay. Looks like there'll be a lot more of the putting things away. Shoot. Yeah, good. Sensational. Oh, pause it. Right, we've got a Vulkar bartender. Okay, bouncer droid, fine. Okay, and then shoot the other droid. Shoot the other droid. Or don't bother, just fucking stand there like a lemon, your call. Whatever. At least Zalbar's got some sort of semblance. You would think that killing people would, count against my light side points, but you'd be wrong. This is a very different affair. That is a disabled sentry. Well, we can probably use that for our needs, can we? Let's save the game. I think this comes down to repair, which is actually no, it's computers, which is me. Is it? All broken down bartender droid. Sure. Oh, I see. Okay. I think we can leave it for now. We'll sort it later if we want to. There's probably some experience for doing it, but mission. Right, well this time, you've not had a tremendous success rate with this lately, so... Okay, very good. Right, up to me. I'm responsible for picking up things. I think having a shared inventory is something I can get on board with this. Right, okay. Vulkar cook. We... You know, feels... Oh, shit, we didn't even have the iron thing equipped. Yeah, I mean, Big Z is making a case for himself, isn't he? Okay. I don't necessarily want to charge into the main room. But then again, I also don't necessarily not want to charge into the main room. Hello. Oh, somebody there is not attacking us. That makes a pleasant change. Right. Have we? No, we have got the Iron Blaster equipped. Right, okay. Okay, whoa. Mission, have you opened fire on the others? Okay. Heavy blaster. Right. Arguably could have leveled up first, but never mind. Right, great. And we might as well shoot at you, since you're just there. Is this going to aggro more people? Okay. Looks like folks have begun to calm down. Cool. Well, I guess first we'll level up since we're here. Mission. We only have skills, but skills is what we need. Demolitions, stealth, security, awareness, and eventually we'll want treat injury, but you don't have enough to take that up for now. That's fine. And they got improved scoundrel's luck. Fantastic. Do you know what that does? This is something I'm not huge. Oh, add section to can't respond. Okay, so yeah, right. Scoundrel's luck. That's it, and plus, so +4 to defense, basically. Okay. Big Z. It's basically just treat injury with you. I guess we will give you demolitions and awareness just for a laugh. But really, it's just want to go up and hit some things. We'll go back through here and see what this person wants. Hello.
Please don't hurt me. I just serve the food here, that's all. I'm not like these others. I'm not even a black Vulkar. Please don't kill me.
Oh, alright. How did you end up here?
My name is Ada. My father owed Davik some money, but he couldn't pay. Davik killed my father and sold me into slavery here at the Vulkar compound to pay off the debt.
Okay.
Well, alright.
Yeah, okay.
Is she that Republic soldier? I heard one of the Vulkar mention her, but she's not here. He said Brejik didn't trust his men around her. I guess she's too important to be a slave here in the kitchens. Getting pawed and groped and kicked and spit on like me. Brejik must have taken her somewhere safe. What? I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
I guess it might be in the garage, but I've never been down there.
Fine. If I let you go, can you find a way out of here?
Killed the guards who were supposed...
Yeah.
I'm free to go? You're not gonna kill me?
Light side points gained for not killing her. Right, okay. Turns out she's going a slightly dangerous way, so... Oh, that's just the low city. Right, okay, fine. Okay, well, hopefully there's not two guards just stood outside the front door as there normally is. Let's have a look at the map. Can we... We can't return to the hideout at this time. Tragic. Alright. We'll go and do some stuff there in a sec. What does the security panel do? Can we slice the computer? Okay, override accepted. Access the security cameras. The armory. Hello. Camera menu. The barracks. Ooh. Override the power conduit in the main barracks? Why not? Oh no! Switch to camera. Laugh at that for a sec. The recreational room. Yep, we've been there. The pool. Oh, they have a pool. Oh, and they have a droid. Camera menu. Garage elevator. There's something quite nasty. Shut down garage elevator security system. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. Okay, good. Return to camera room menu, and control room is just that dude. Okay, that's all good. Access system commands. Open all security doors. Do I want to open all the security doors? I don't think we necessarily need to for a thing. I think missions should be able to make a way through that. Right, speaking of which. Yeah, I know it's locked, that's why I want you to unlock it. Hello. Right, okay. You can open some of these. Ion blasters, heavy blasters, and ion rifle. That's all. Very nice, isn't it? And some stuff here which could well be useful in future. And some stuff here that I probably never will use. Okay, cool. Yes, what indeed? Yeah, that is the question of the day. Right, did we explore everything in this top bit? No. What was this? That's the garage security. That's the garage elevator. Okay, so that's to the garage. Right, so we might as well like explore this bottom bit first then. We haven't saved the game for a while. We are a bit low on health, so we'll save. I'll probably try and get through these bits and then
Yeah?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Simple.
Hello. Right, can you end this guy? Oh. Okay. He's not like Bredrick and his new Vulkars. Okay. Oh yeah.
Takom justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu
Okay,
ai
so
tong hai tuam gigi yumalit pa ang inkotu. Kachi chu ai
Right, okay. I find I do have to skip ahead on these because, like, while I appreciate the different language thing is part of the theme, it's also slightly annoying. I'm going to let you live, but just get, I think anyone cares. Right, stunning. So that's that. What is? Okay, so the standard door. Oh, this is the bit where. Oh, so there should still be an extra guy here. Oh, a pass card. That's nice, isn't it? Hello. You're gonna kick me in the head? Is that what this is about? Yeah. Thought as much. Where's he gone? Right. Say hello to my massive threat. Oh, okay, we'll just shoot you then. Come on. Right, fantastic. Element of supplies. And, ooh, look at all those things as well. Okay, that is ornamental door, fair enough. Pull droid. Yes, so we could use that to fight on our behalf. I guess the oh shit. That's why we should have done that. Never mind. Hair trigger. I mean, this is all really good, but we do have to get out of here first. At least the other two didn't fall victim to that. Oh.
What?
What indeed? Right. It's okay though, because I've got a plan. It's an incredibly cunning plan. What we're going to do is we're going to leave, and then we're going to come back in after we've healed, because I'm a tactical genius. Was it here? Yeah, check this out. Return to hideout. Yep. In fact, we might as well, like, while we're here, we'll go in and we'll boost up some of the stuff, because there were some improvements. Mission, I think, is wearing that. And, yeah, it's not huge, but it's better than what it was previously. Ranged, we could upgrade Cart's blaster even further for that moment when he does use that. I'm not going to use the other thing, so no. Hint, hint, hint. I've already done that. Oh, melee. Yeah, the prototype vibroblade will do even more damage, and missions vibroblade can't do any more damage, it's already there. The pinnacle. Yeah, swish, 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 indeed. Couldn't have put it better myself, Big Z. Right, yeah, map. Transit back. And, yeah. Right, I'll tell you what, we'll save the game as well. Let's have a look and see at the map. So it looks like we've covered all areas apart from just following this corridor down to the garage area. There's the security panel. Okay, cool. So that'll now open. Can we do anything with those? Right. Now then. Junk pile droid. No, leave it alone. Imagine we've got quite a lot of repair parts. Go on, we'll do that. Is repair my jam or is it missions jam? Sorry, what's the what are the skills on this? Repair 8 to 2. Okay, so it's me if it's anyone.
What?
Yeah, I'll optimize the weaponry and reprogram droid to ram loading bay doors. Interesting. Okay. Actually, we could have the better gun equipped for this, couldn't we? Or is it the ion blaster? Oh. I really really don't like that. Yeah. Well. Okay. Right. Well done, everyone. Okay, there's a patrol droid. He's reckoned without my inability to hit a barn door. Well, he's frozen Big Z and he's frozen me. Oh, mission! That's good of you to join in. Yeah, thanks. I'm actually even shooting at this thing. Okay, and what are you? I don't know what you are, but please. Come on. Right, okay, great. Level up. This is a garage head. Somebody who's really into garages. Heavy blast. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, actually. Frag grenade, please. Frag grenade. Another frag grenade, please. Third frag grenade. Good. Probably a normal med pack would be nice. Good, and then just shoot the thing. Yeah, I mean, this is a true depiction of most of the fights in the original Star Wars, isn't it? Right, sensational. We sure showed them. Level up. Skills. Yes, it is computers, it is treating injury, it is persuade, and I guess it is repair if mission's not going to. So, okay. And feats wise, we get uncanny dodge, which is nice. Quite sure what it is, but I'm sure we'll find out. Oh, here it is. Retains the dexterity bonus to defense even when surprised by camouflaged opponents. Also gains +4 on saves versus grenades. Very nice. Did we decide to pivot to dual wielding yet, knowing that it was miles better? No, we did not. Bonus to melee weapons is not something I'm really particularly looking for. Improved rapid shot. An extra range weapon attack during the round. So, yeah. So, basically that. Okay, that's not necessarily great. +1 to all saving throws. We could feasibly get better at the computer use side of things. We're not going to use that. That will give us extra options, and I guess we kind of need it if we're doing persuade based stuff with a person who's not very good at persuade. Or we could accept that we need to do 2-weapon fighting. No, I refuse to do 2-weapon fighting on this person. They are going to be a single weapon fighter. It's just such a lame bonus, that, because it occurs so infrequently, and the chances of us like it making the difference on the threshold are so bloody low. Yeah. Lowers defense and works with melee weapons only. It's not particularly interesting. Sniper shot is the one that we'd want if we wanted to do that. it's just a difficult one, that, because, like, on one hand, what is it? Ooh. No. Yo, I didn't recommend it. Can you not take that, please? Yeah, remove feet, please. Thank you. So does this work? Single one-handed weapons. Yeah. Like, if we give them... Like, those things will... I mean... difficult to know. Sure, let's do that. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I think that bonus to persuade is just... It would be nice, but it's just so pithy. That I just don't think we can really go for it. Heavy blaster, heavy combat suit, yeah. All good and well. I'm not quite sure I can be bothered to go all the way around again, so what's this about? Hello? Is this something that we... Oh. Don't know. So yeah. So that's the elevator. That's junk pile droid. This goes around here. Okay. Standard door. Vulkar gang member. What do we have equipped? Heavy blaster. Love it. Right, start shooting. Great shot. Okay. Yeah, run up to him and shoot him. Very nice, very nice. Cool. Okay, it's the garage computer. Oh, garage heads desks. Loads of stuff that I don't care about. Yeah. Well, I suppose the key card's fairly useful. A bit trite to suggest otherwise. Yeah, let's slice the computer. Access the security cameras. There's the garage. Overload the swoop bike in the garage bay. Aha. But no, because there's no point. We've killed them all. That's us. Yeah, okay, hello. No, don't overload the terminal. We're using that. The loading bay. Doesn't look terribly exciting. And the engine lab. Aha, right, okay. Well, I guess we'll be going to the engine lab. I'm walking around the walls just to clear up the mini-map so it's abundantly clear. Well, I guess we'll just go straight across and explore that far room. Might have something exciting inside. My earlier question as to... Ooh, strong box. Oh, that's a strong box. Yeah,
What?
the question, does Big Z regenerate health? Is there anything exciting here? Oh, that's alright, isn't it? Yeah, the answer to that would appear to be a resounding no. Since we've been walking around for a little while and he's still quite as sick as ever. We might as well just use a bloody med pack, haven't we? We've got 42 of them, so... How many advanced ones have we got? We're not using an advanced one. Right, okay, you can have that many.
What?
Apparently you're going to help yourself to more, are you?
Yes.
Fair enough. Hello, Vulkar. You've reckoned without my incredible wall hanging skills. Oh, it's straight there. Christ. Or did they move? Or is this just another... What's going on here? Right. How much do you want to bet that mission manages to set off at least one of these mines? That was unfortunate. Right, run away. I said run away. Right, okay, now go and recover the other one before these two maniacs. Oh. Really? Okay, maybe it was the fact that she was under pressure. Cool, right, okay, well, hello Vulkar guard. Again, the AI is... just about to say, it's like not always the brightest, but we can use that to our advantage. Unfortunately, so can they. Very, very good. Security door. We have visitors. Lucky's come by going with second try. Yeah, exactly that.
Breshik stole that engine from Gadden. It was never yours to begin with.
Wanna chick yongi? Wanna vota con titariti? Chichinton?
Kachichu aitha odunga. Yinkin kuno bamulera chikun. Slima podonna.
You must be a freelance mercenary. Enough yapping and use someone like you. Blah blah blah. Yeah, well, okay, we're not gonna. I'm not going to betray them.
Smilia, ti umpa do punta krita, do pana.
Achuta, wonga kun.
Right, cool. And now we play the classic game of keep throwing grenades at them until hopefully they die. That's one.
You'll never get me.
That's two. Probably would have made more sense to do the other one. Concussion grenade. I don't think we need to know throw 2 concussion grenades, so right, okay, well, could have been a difficult fight. I guess we'll never know. Can we maybe shoot it? I think Big Z is going to need to med pack himself, but I guess he's got other things on his mind.
Yes?
Okay, down he goes. Right then. Mission.
Take that.
Well done, mission. Right. But now... Better part of Valor, better part of Valor. Right, okay. No.
Sure.
Right. Or just charge in, you know, I mean... I guess if you wanted to make a point, then that was the way to do it, wasn't it? Right, okay, well... I'll just go back here. No, no, no! This is the, yeah, the nature of the nature of the system as it is. Alright, welcome back, Big Z. We got a few bits and pieces there, so that was nice. Let's do some equipping before we get past this. So currently will saves can't be used by Wookiees, seems reasonable. Awareness, don't care about. Will and awareness, well, I mean that's yeah, I guess it's silly things for us. Dexterity is worth more to us than cardio. I think that's everything for you. You can't use implants. Sure, have a Sith energy shield. Okay. I think we're still better at this point giving you one gun, are we? Maybe we're not. What is the disruptor pistol? Why would you use this? Oh, ignore most types of personal energy shields. Interesting. Or we could just give you another gun. Yeah, I guess we're committing to that, so why not? Big Z can't use any of those. Can use an energy shield, so use an energy shield. Have two of them, in fact. And yeah, you might as well have extra fortitude saves, even though you're absolutely formidable at them anyway. Okay, cool. What indeed? Right, let's save the game there. And yeah, mission, if you could cover that. Very nice. Take the swoop accelerator. Fabulous. And then we can just have a browse and see if there's anything else. But I think that's the lot here. I think we have cleared this out, haven't we? No, there's a little bit down here. Right, okay. We've just saved, so we don't need to save again. I was going to say hello to this guy. Hello, this guy. Okay, I believe that is what is known as making a meal out of a fight, but that's done. Aha, radiation shields. Right, very good. But why would we need radiation shields unless there was radiation? Is there actually stuff there? No. Right, okay. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Oh, is this just a workbench? I don't think we've got anything extra here, have we? We could use Dalbar's personal bow blaster. He's never going to use that. It just seems pointless to even suggest it. Cool. I've also got to get 2 sets of remains. 8 credits. Remember not to spend it all at once. And similarly small amount of credits. What we haven't found, unfortunately, is anything to do with what's his face in the Promised Land. So that's been a bit of a dead end. Is this entire thing cleared? Certainly looks it, doesn't it? We'll very quickly just remind ourselves. Oh yeah, that bit was over there. we could overload one of those, but doesn't seem much point. So back up. We'll go and take this to Beck or Vec or whatever his name was. And I guess that's that. I do feel like there was, like, if it was going to be somewhere, it would have been here. I'm a bit concerned that that last journal was in the Rancor. I think we might have missed our chance there, but whatever. Is there anywhere we didn't go in the upper sewers? Like, I really do think it was there. This wasn't the way I meant to come out, actually. Well, very. I'll have one last search of the corpse pile, but no. That's the Citadel. Yeah, we were meant to leave through the front door, but never mind. In fact, thinking about it, well, whatever, we'll just go and trash him. The front door, which, oh, it's a standard door there. We've been everywhere, so it shouldn't be anything. Shouldn't be anything new. Oh, look at that. It's not what we wanted, but it shows us that we haven't done our due diligence. So, what else, where else could there be things? I would have thought the bar, if anywhere, but that supply chest screaming out to us, but I'm pretty sure we've already checked this. Let's think about RPG design. Should you, in a game like this, mark that the crates have already been searched, or is doubling back part of the fun? And, you know, I know fun thing, but the point is, at least with this, like, compared to some games, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 being a bloody clear as day offender, at least with this, there's a very limited number of containers. You know, and I think for me, that is absolutely the way it should be. Which one? We'll just go. Oh, that's the apartment. Did we get everything in the apartment? Well, first off, let's return to the hideout briefly, just to heal. Yeah, I think you should have the more containers that you've got in the game, or certainly the more containers that you'd reasonably expect to be populated, or more small pointless items other than for sales, the worse the game ends up being. What was my trick? Oh, we needed like a thermal detonator or some shit. Did we find it? No, I don't have the detonator. Oh, the upper city, right, okay, fine, so we need to go back up there. Yes, we got 30 experience. Not quite sure from what, but nevertheless I'm grateful. Is it shooting at the droid that I... Oh, go get him, Zelda. It's a reasonable amount of kit he's actually got. Although I do hope the droid isn't going to just waste Matrick. Oh yeah, that was the ponderous puzzle. Hello. Quite low on health now, but whatever. Yeah. I can't imagine I've seen one and not the other. I'm just checking because I really think that promised land thing has to be somewhere. But as to where, I don't know. So I just want to make sure I'm checking all that. Z. Thank you. Good bot. Right. Cool. We'll get the run of the base now.
You have returned. You have the...
Yeah.
I was beginning to wonder if you would make it. The race is tomorrow, and my mechanics need time to install the prototype into the swoop engine of our bike. Don't worry. I'm a man of my word. I promised you could ride in the swoop race under the Hidden Beck banner, and I'm still going to let you do that.
Thanks.
And I'm even going to go one better. I'm going to let you ride the swoop bike with the prototype accelerator installed on it. Without it, you won't stand a chance.
Spoiler alert, I won't stand a chance anyway.
We need one of our best riders on that bike. We can't let some rookie take the prototype engine into the race.
I have to agree. Yeah, Zerja's right.
I have to be honest with you. There's a reason I'm letting you take the prototype engine. The accelerator is unstable. There's a good chance it could explode during the race.
Oh, okay.
My own riders to do this. They'll be running unmodified swoops in the race. You'll be the only one using the prototype. If you can complete the track before the accelerator overheats, then you'll win for the Becks. If you die, then one of my other riders could still come through for me. You don't get to be leader of a swoop gang if you don't know how to work all the angles. You can stay here tonight. The mechanics need time to install the accelerator on the engine, so you won't be able to practice your riding. But I've got good instincts. And you have the look of a racer about
His
you.
instincts were not good.
Just try to relax, and in the morning we'll take you to the swoop track.
You spend a restless night at the Beck base. In the morning, one of the Becks takes you to the swoop racing pits where only racers and mechanics are allowed to go. A man starts talking drivel to you. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah. Yes, please. It has been 20 years since I last played this bit. I am probably not as good at it now as I was back then. I was very, very, very bad at it back then. Right. I suppose at least I haven't had a drink this time. Yeah. Okay. There's no track alone. Yeah, you can see what this is like in a second. It's about fast. It's basically time trials. No more than 4 or 5 races. Fuck me. How do we get the race started? That's big. Oh, Christ. Right, okay, fine. Alright. Actually, for this bit, is it possible to... No, we can't swap out Big Z. Okay, fine. Hello, Furk. Every year with a few first timers. Okay.
Kenchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Patuyama shagji kina lorcha watamwana kin.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I can't imagine there's too many Vulkars left. Right, okay. There's Bastila. Right. Yeah, sure. Right, okay, fine. Whenever you're ready. Okay. What happened to the Rhinos? Okay, fine. What's the time to beat? 38 seconds. Okay. Need to take care of something first. And that something, ladies and gentlemen, is the mini games, key mapping. So it's WASD and space. Okay. Oh, for God's sake. Left click the mouse to accelerate and shift gears. Use DNA to avoid obstacles. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see. Looks. Oh. I appear to have done it first time. Right, okay. It is fair to say I was not expecting it to go that well. Perhaps I'm remembering later swoop races where it gets much more difficult. Perhaps this one is incredibly... Oh, one of the Vulkars just beat my time. Okay, fine. Okay, cool. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I got a little bit excited there. I'm actually not going to save because I think the part of the tactic here is to go quite slowly. Right, okay. Bollocks. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, fine. Oh, well done, me.
People, hear me! Before I present the so-called champion of the Vex with their prize, there is something you must know. The winning rider cheated. Your swoop bike was using a prototype accelerator. Clearly an unfair advantage. Because of this hidden Beck treachery, I'm withdrawing the Vulkar's share of the victory prize. You fool. Your traditions are nothing to me. I am the wave of the future. If I want to withdraw the prize and sell this woman on the slave market myself, nobody can stop me.
I might have something to say about that, Brezhik.
What? Impossible. You were restrained by a neural disruptor. How could you have possibly summoned the will to free yourself?
You underestimate the strength of a Jedi's mind, Brezhik. A mistake you won't live to regret.
Vulkars, to me! Kill this woman! Kill the swoop rider! Kill them all!
Okay, right, well... I think I might actually activate the energy shield here, you know? Go on. Yes. Looks like the right call. Bastila, if you could help out, that would be fantastic. Because yep, yeah, that happened. Right, okay. Well, we get to do the fun of doing the swoop bikes stuff again. So at least we will save the second time around. Yes. Okay, fine. Yep. Hopefully it goes just as well as it has done the other two times. Okay, that was a shit start, but as we learnt before, this one doesn't matter. Oh crap, I forgot to press the button. Oh bollocks. Oh. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, one of the Vulkars just beat our time. Fair play to Redros, like, he wasn't cheating, so there's that. Cool, and yeah. Okay, another pretty slow out of the trap start, but ooh. Damn. Okay, again, I reiterate, I am not very good at this. Okay, yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, well done. Great. Okay.
What? Impossible. You were
You underestimate.
Okay, so energy shield. Okay, maybe if we do it like this. Yeah, okay. Quickly. Okay, good. Oh, this time it looks like one of the Becks is helping out. Well, that's something, isn't it? So maybe if we have a shot at. Okay. Oh no, they're just running away. Okay, well that's, you know, that's something as well.
There.
Okay. Maybe I can kite that guy with the sword. Right, is he... Okay. Yeah, okay, you killed 2 of them. Good. Right, okay, keep running away. Good, right, okay. No, thank you. I don't think I want any of that. I guess we'll... Okay, right, okay, so it turns out that we're just going to take a load of damage from nowhere, is it? Okay. No, I didn't want you to shoot. I wanted you to take a med pack. Is anyone coming after me?
There, take that.
Please. Okay, right. And I think Bastila has infinite health in this, so... But while she has infinite health, I most certainly do not, so... Yeah, okay, good. Okay. Well... It's a combat system that can be a touch frustrating because, and I don't know if you can see this as much when you're watching the stream. I don't exactly have full control over what's happening. Okay, well, marginally better start than the other times, but then all wasted by forgetting to use the accelerator. Whoop. Oh, that was... Why was that? That was slower. I thought that would have been quicker than the other one. Anyway. Right. We may get to see this cutscene several times yet. Yeah.
I'm...
What? Impossible. You were...
Okay. Right. Only no. Instead... Right, shield yourself. And run. And pretty much our entire philosophy here is going to be... Oh, Christ. Yeah, or... Rather than doing that, you could... Right, okay. Redros. Right. Right, okay, he's coming. Right, so is... I'm actually going to try this. Only, maybe, yeah, maybe without that and with more of that. Throw it. Okay. Is it thrown? Okay. No, I'm kind of in your way there. Why aren't you shooting at it? Well, why would you shoot for that guy? Right, okay, I think we might have this, but we have to be careful not to charge in and aggro Brejik, I think his name is, isn't it? I could probably afford to rapid shot. Seems fairly preoccupied. Okay. Double-bladed lightsaber, yeah, that'll come in handy for someone here. Okay.
Well, maybe those bloody Vulkars will think twice next time before trying to keep a Jedi prisoner. And as for you, if you think you can collect me as a prize, wait, I don't believe this. You're one of the soldiers with the Republic fleet, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure of it. How did you end up racing for these swoop gangs? Save me. Is that what you were trying to accomplish by riding in that swoop race? Well, as far as rescues go, this is a pretty poor example. In case you hadn't noticed, I managed to free myself from that neural restraint collar without your help. In fact, it's more accurate to say that I saved you.
Yeah, fair.
And his Vulkars would have left you for dead if I hadn't stepped into that fight. You're lucky I was here to get you out of this mess.
When I was young, I remember feeling quite aggrieved by that. But now, having died twice to it already and had to kite her, yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Karth Onasi is alive. Finally, some good news. Karth is one of the Republic's best soldiers. He's proved himself a hero a dozen times over. And he sent you here to save me. Maybe I misjudged you. Karth wouldn't have sent you if he wasn't confident in your abilities. Forgive me. Despite my Jedi training, I still tend to act a bit rashly sometimes. Please, take me to Karth right away. Between the three of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to get off this planet before the Sith realize we're here.
Yeah.
You cannot win, Revan.
Bastila, you're alive! Finally, things are looking up. Now we just need to figure out a way to get off this planet.
You mean you don't have a plan to get off Taurus yet? What have you been doing all this time? I see. Now that I'm back in charge of this mission, perhaps we can start doing things properly. Hopefully our escape from Taurus will go more smoothly than when you rescued me from Brejik.
I know you're new at this, Bastila, but a leader doesn't berate her troops just because things aren't going as planned. Don't let your ego get in the way of the real issues here.
That hardly strikes me as an appropriate way of addressing your commander, Karth. I am a member of the Jedi Order, and this is my mission. Don't forget that. My battle meditation ability has helped the Republic many times in this war, and it will serve us well here, I'm sure.
Your talents might win us a few battles, but that doesn't make you a good leader. A good leader would at least listen to the advice of those who have seen more combat than she ever will.
Yes, you're right, of course. I apologize, Karth. This has been a difficult time for me. Of course, I'm happy to listen to your advice. What do you suggest we do?
First off, we can't get hung up on who's in charge. We all need to work together if we want to get off this rock. The answer is out there, we just have to find it.
Well said, Karth. And the sooner we start looking, the better. I've already been a prisoner of the Vulkars, and I don't plan on being captured by the Sith. I think we'll need some help getting off Taurus. Maybe if we ask around, one of the locals can help us out. We should probably start by asking around in the cantinas. Is something wrong? You seem as if something's troubling you. A vision? A vision of what? This is strange. Such visions are often a sign of force sensitivity.
What could we be? What's all this lightsabers that are kicking about? What could it possibly be that the Force runs through? I mean, it'd be absolutely fucking brilliant if it didn't. But anyway, are you saying I can use the Force?
Sure. It may be that you have some connection to the Force. It would not be unheard of. When we first met, your natural talent may have fed off my own Force abilities. It is possible that in the excitement of the battle's aftermath, the Force allowed you to witness one of my more intense memories. The Force is complicated. Even I, with all my training, cannot fully understand it yet. This is a matter best left to the wise masters of the Jedi Council. Once we escape Terrace, we can seek the guidance of the Council if you wish. They will understand the significance of your vision, if there is any. However, I think it would be best if we all stayed focused on the task at hand right now. We can't afford any distractions. We need to find a way off Terrace.
For sure. Right. Sick. So, also, if we go here now, we have a double-bladed lightsaber. Also less precise. And that has a... Yeah. Oh, yeah, the crystal, it just sets the colour of it. It's kind of nice, you know? Like, if you set the colour of your own lightsaber. I quite like that. Obviously, your mileage may vary, but yeah. Right, we're not going to need those, and yeah, we're not even using that. Cool. So I guess we're going to leave the complex now. We have got Zaldar, who is an absolutely top-class tank, damage dealer, melee person. We've got Mission, who is Queen of Skills, which is kind of useful. We have Karth, who has a nice haircut. And we have Bastila, who is actually, well, a Jedi Sentinel, which is fairly close to what we are. We're going to take Bastila and we're going to take Mission. Yeah. I'll probably... These are all the other ones you can get here, and you may recognise already a few of those, even if you haven't played the game, just things that we've brushed past on the way, as it were. Yeah, will I mix and match these characters? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But definitely for... Is there a problem? Yeah, I'm sure it's the part you can... Weird question. Yeah. Canderous order. Meet him in the canteen. Yeah. Of course. I can. Fair. Right, okay. So, yeah, first off, let's deal with Bastila's level up. So, Bastila, right, okay. So I guess the attribute kind of has to be charisma, even though I don't massively like it, just because we want even numbers, because D&D. Her skills will be treat injury. That's pretty much it. And then she gets powers. So, healing all party members when we don't use droids is pretty tasty. Move very swiftly. Movement speed doubled in defense, no one cares. Saving throws, yeah, okay. Shield. Yeah, I mean, that's not really that much damage, if we're honest. Effect mind, persuasive force. Might be... Oh, she already has that. Okay, fine. Surge of energy through a droid. That's a dark side power. Not particularly interested in giving her dark side powers, if that's okay. She's already got push. And she's already got throw a lightsaber. So it's basically that. I guess we'll do that. Okay, and she can be defensive. Skills, again, just treat injury. Powers, I think it really matters. Light side power. I don't. Yeah, I don't want to give a dark side power. So that's all the same. Fine. Skills, treat injury, and I guess we'll put some points in awareness. Not that it matters. Right. Force immunity, stun, and night sense, and it's Bastila. Night sense. Extra points to defense. Very nice. What's this? Advanced Jedi defense. All blaster rolls. Certain items. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, fine. That's not bad, but I think improved 2-weapon fighting is really well. Oh, hold on. No, wait. Does she have? There is such a thing as lightsaber finesse, I think, or is it always active? Maybe it's always active. Right, I don't know if that actually prevents her from using anything else. So maybe weapon finesse is just kind of applied. It's just by default. I'm not really sure. Cure? Yeah, I mean, it'll be useful to have, so we'll do that. Yeah, I don't actually know for sure on this, so look, like it isn't like immediately clear to me. What's Brick's armband? Oh, damage resistance versus slashing. Yeah, just take that, and then take this energy shield. What are the gloves? Dexterity +1. I think we will get more from that than she will. Will saves. We don't need a cardio package. Yeah, because I think haven't we got? Apparently haven't boosted a point yet, but whatever, we will do in the future. Yeah, so in D&D things, there's certain things where you can use your dexterity rather than your strength as your attack modifier. But I don't know if that's the case. Did we go? Wait, so did we go dual weapons? No, we didn't go dual. We stuck to our guns on that. Okay, fine. Right, okay. Subtle. Right, okay. Janitor? Anything? Uh-huh. Good, okay, fair enough, good. So I'm making the assumption here, and it is but an assumption, that that she'll be alright using the lightsaber actually in combat because of her dexterity. Sure.
How can I help? I would like to know what happened after you crashed on Taurus. I'm curious as to what you and Karth were doing before we all joined forces. Yes, I realize that, of course. But surely there was more to it than a simple search. I doubt there were flashing signs pointing you in my direction. Yet somehow you found me. You also avoided detection by the Sith, discovered I was a Vulkar prisoner, gained sponsorship for the race, and became the Taurus Swoop champion. That's quite a resume.
Yeah.
Your modesty is admirable. But though others helped, you were the catalyst for these events. When you were chosen to join this mission, I doubt any of us expected this much from you. A Jedi could have done such things, of course, but only by drawing heavily upon the Force. Perhaps, but the Force works through all of us to some degree or another. There are some individuals
sorry, I
outside the Jedi Order
don't know if you got to see that,
more
yeah.
sensitive. It's obvious
Option
to me
2.
that the Force has been working through you. There is no other explanation for your great success. Though I'm not certain what to make of this discovery. Perhaps if you weren't... well, if you were younger, the Jedi might take you for training. But as it is...
What are you trying to say?
I've overstepped my authority. I'm speaking of things that are best left to the Jedi Council. For now, let's just accept the fact that you're gifted. Hopefully, between your abilities, my Jedi training, and the skills of our companions, we can find a way off this planet.
Yeah, hopefully so. So, coming here, the Equipment Emporium, because...
Hey, look at this! A real live celebrity right here in my shop. Winning that swoop bike race has made you into something of a local hero. If times weren't so tough, I'd give you a discount, seeing as how you're a big celebrity and all. But with the Sith occupation, I can barely afford to keep the doors open.
What's the
Anything
questions?
I can do to help a potential customer out? What do you want to know? And stay.
Right, okay. I'll be going
Good
now.
day.
It wasn't that though. I was somebody might have the thermal detonator. Oh, what's this? Okay, I imagined that was going to be somewhat better than it is. And actually, maybe we can go on the sell list because we are carrying an absolute aha! There you are, permacrit detonator. Right, give me the sell list. I don't mind the combat suit so much because they're not constantly in the way. Standard vibroblades. Like the shock sticks would synergize quite a bit with mission, and it would make things more. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. I don't think we're going to need vibroblade. Well, I suppose we do use them from. Oh God. Right. Firstly, this. Yeah, we do not need that. The disruptor pistol. I don't think we're ever going to need that. I think if we're really having trouble with shields, then we just run up and hit stuff. Rifles are just an absolute no. Yeah. I think one ion blaster is fine. I don't think we need the other two heavy blasters. We obviously want to keep all those bits and pieces because they come in. Like, Bastel is obviously better. No, we'll get rid of them. We'll get rid of them and we'll keep those. Okay. And then we'll go, we might be able to get... I don't know if we can still recruit them, actually, or even if they are recruited from up here, but there's another thing that we need... Oh,
You ever use the Force just for fun? You know, a little jolt of the Force to trip up some jerk who's ticking you off?
I would never use the Force for such petty and trivial revenge. The mere thought of it's preposterous.
Oh, come on. There's gotta be times when you've thought about it. Don't be so stuck up. You can tell me.
I am not stuck up. I merely have the years of training to give me the wisdom and understanding to see how childish such an act would be.
Childish? Is that a crack about my age? You ain't much older than me, Miss High and Mighty. Just 'cause you're some Jedi doesn't mean you can be a prissy little... That wasn't funny.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mission. Come now, we have to get going. Please, do try to be less clumsy in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, right. And here's the thing. In my view. When you start sort of taking the lore of Star Wars really seriously, and like really like, oh, you know, like Jedi Sith, and like, oh, you know, like, oh, but you know, as soon as you start to deviate from a code or whatever nonsense, you know, that Knights of the Old Republic 2 does, and I don't know, maybe like sometimes I think some of the maybe not, I don't know if it's considered canon, but like the expanded Star Wars universe does, and tries to like hold it, like the rules don't hold up to scrutiny. It's just a bit of fun, and that's on point for, as I say, A New Hope and Empire. Yes. Okay. Questions. Let me see what goes there. A utility droid. Yeah. That's your voice. Okay. Tell me about this one.
Wanga kum kiba bu mulera kaki muchashakapaka ye ki kon.
Okay. Questions. Let's see what we've got for sale. Right, utility droids. So I think.
Kaki. We team and bon rank thong. How could you run?
Right. Okay. Cool. So we could have got this thing. But, huh? You coming? Yeah, okay. And we shouldn't get too far. Yeah. Right, and then we can go back and speak.
Run the each out. Can chopa chawi tiktok tweez yun kun kakin cha na kwat na bon.
There wasn't really much trouble.
Kipuna.
Yeah.
Kuyami.
Let me some questions.
Tangabunch.
Utility droids.
Bona na kachu. Mucho shakapaka.
Right, okay.
Run the.
Alright, fine. So yeah. It's a bit of a weird one, that. Right, I think we can just go, yeah, like the Sith who are looking out for this Jedi, we'll just walk past with the lightsaber, that's fine. This is not the person with the lightsaber you are looking for, and all that. That trick.
Achuta. Shagji kin Lord Chawata. Tony Pudu. Jashak Pangpa. Takum Justak Miki Gravel Mogo. Tongai Tuam.
Okay, right, see you later. And then we can go and claim that bounty, and we can go and speak with Candace, who has the next stage of our journey. Although I still don't know where this promised land thing is. It's not the end of the world. Oh, we could play more card games with. It's that guy, isn't it?
I saw you in the swoop race. Very impressive. You seem like you know how to get results. That's just the kind of person I'm looking for. My name's Candaris Ordo. I work for Davik Kang in the exchange. The hours aren't great, but they promised me a fortune to work for them, and I had nothing better to do. Mandalorian mercs like me are in high demand. But lately, Davik hasn't been paying me what he promised. I don't like getting cheated, so I figure it's time for me to break the Sith quarantine and get off this backwater planet. I've got a plan to escape, Taras, but I can't do it alone. I need someone I know can get the job done to help me. That's where you come in.
You don't need to ally yourself with this person. We should move on while we can.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking with your friend, aren't I? I saw you win that swoop race and started thinking, anyone crazy enough to race like that is probably crazy enough to break into the Sith military base. I need someone to steal the Sith launch codes from the base. Without those codes, any ship leaving the atmosphere will be disintegrated by the Sith fleet's automated defense guns. Here's the deal. You bring me those launch codes, and I can provide the vehicle to get us off the planet. Davik's flagship, the Ebon Hawk. Not yet. First you bring me the launch codes. Then I'll tell you the rest of my plan. Getting in won't be easy. The Sith base is protected by an encrypted security system. It would take a top-of-the-line astromech droid.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Lucky for you, I know just the place to get a droid like that. Davik was having one custom built by Janice Nall.
The right one
Just
we're looking
tell her
at.
Candaris sent you, and she'll sell you the droid. Then you can use it to get the launch codes from the Sith base. Davik paid for the droid, but I'm the guy he put in charge of the mission. He won't care how I come up with those codes. Normally I do this myself, but everyone knows who I work for. If I broke into the Sith base, they'd send an army down on Davik's estate to get those codes back. That's why I need you.
I don't sense any deception from him, which is surprising. This may be exactly what we need.
Sooner or later, you'll figure this out. Either we work together or we both stay stuck here on Taurus. Come back and speak to me again when you've come to your senses.
Cool. Yeah. So, that's what we'll be doing. We go and I'm going to save it because I think you can cock up this dialogue and I suspect I will. Yeah, I got back and we'll collect them. Okay. Bandit start killers. We've got a salve, we've got a thingy. What we were doing something about deer. Okay. Good deer. Okay, no crouch deer, good. Right, so it's basically just Bendak that's left then. No, okay, fine. Yeah, see you later. Right, okay. So yeah, I don't think there was anything especially important left from here, so we could go and do that for him, except I want one game of this game that I was moaning about when first we played it, and I'm like, well, since we're passing.
Excellent.
Yeah, great. Okay, wager. Right. So take out that, put in that. Take out that, put in that. And I think I'm going to lose a +4 for a -2. And I'm going to leave the rest. Okay. Pretty lousy. Ooh. Okay, so it's tied. Ooh, 19's not bad. Can't beat that, so we'll stand on that. I guess we'll take the 20. And okay, well, that's not great. Yeah. Oh. I mean, that's just unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
You played well?
Yeah. Yeah. Fine. I think we go and sulk. Were there any more decent cards that he had, by the way? I don't know what restock is. Oh, he has been able to restock his inventory. Well, I mean, that's brilliant. Why would I not? Wait, what? Confused. Anyway, I'll have a quick recap on our quests. So purchasing a droid, yeah, we can go and get that, but I don't necessarily want to do that. Yeah, going to the jewel ring. I guess we can go back through that. I think that I can't really remember where the cantina was. No, because it wasn't that cantina. It was the other top one, wasn't it? Wherever that was. What was down here? That looks like some sort of military base, or possibly Thingy's house. Let's just check. Or we could use the map. That is to the Sith base, fine. That is Droids by Janice. That is the City South. Yeah, we're getting to the stage now where if you have followed this playthrough and you've watched this and you've thought, oh, I'm kind of interested in this, now's about the time that I would probably say stop watching the Let's Play. Go and put this on your wish list. Pick it up when it comes on sale, whatever, on Steam or GOG, and yeah. Apartments, clinic. Oh right, so it's up there. Okay, fine. Because basically, this game is it's got a decent No, it's not. As I know I say this about loads of stuff. It's not Dostoevsky, but like, you know, it's got a decent little narrative to it. There's a decent story going on, and you'll want to experience that for yourself. And watching me play it, you know, I love watching Let's Plays, but sometimes you've got to know when to not watch a Let's Play, and instead to go and play a game. And I think where's this guy showing up? Yeah, I think we're not too far off that part. So yeah, that would be my encouragement to you. I'm going to try and see if I can do the things here. Okay, cool. Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'm ready for a duel. Ice, human. So let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, draw your eyes to the center ring. We have a very special presentation in store for you. Over in this corner, a woman with steel on her bones and ice water in her veins. She is cold and quick as death itself. You know her. You love her. Ice. And in the other corner, a rising star taking that first step into the big leagues. I give you the mysterious stranger.
Okay, first blood to her. Yeah, it's that money I poured into defence is not necessarily not reaping rewards really. Okay, we got one with it.
It's over! The fight is over! The mysterious stranger has won!
And it kind of sums up the combat, all this, doesn't it? But
looks like we have a rising star in the mysterious stranger, folks.
yeah, right. Okay. No experience of us. Cool. Right, very quickly. Oh, really? Right, fine. Well, I'm not paying for health. So that's that. We'll just leave and come back. Right, return to hideout. Transit back here. Back into the cantina. Because we need to do it in order to kill Bendak Starkiller. I think there's another 2 fights to do. Goodbye. Yeah, big plans for me next match, yeah, I know, sure. Right, okay. What have you got? Yeah. No. Used to be dual champion, right, okay, great.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, I don't care. Oh dear, he's got a... Right, okay, well... Alright then, if it's going to be like that, then I guess we'll do this. Miss. Yeah, you see, we're doing absolutely pitiful damage because we don't have the strength to hack this. In fact, we're really gonna kind of struggle here. Well, that gets us up to there. I think what we might have to do, unfortunately, on Marl is see if we can't poison grenade the guy. Maybe not twice. That seems a bit much. Okay. Right, and we'll go for another one of those. So he is not looking particularly poisoned. What about a concussion grenade? How do you feel about one of those? Right, fabulous. Unfortunately, there's not much that we can do other than... Yeah, okay, right, stop flurrying. Immediately stop flurrying because I'm going to die otherwise. Just do another concussion. Got to fight any more flurry once more. Okay. Let me just do a regular med pack. Would we have been better shooting? Possibly. Would we have been kind of screwed, irrespective of what we've done? Yeah. We're just not set up very well to win those ones. We'll give it another pop and we'll see if we can't. I mean, we might as well run with a pistol because it's not really. It doesn't seem to be stopping us from getting hit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Right. In actual fact, you might be able to get a rapid shot in before we even start on this. Brilliant. Okay. Alright, cool. Right, open up with a poison grenade. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Maybe is Marl taking poison damage? No, it looks like Marl's resisted. It's okay. Well, it might have worked, you know. Like you never know. Right. Okay. I'm ready for a duel. Yeah, let's do it. Right. We'll try and stun him and get. We're going to need to get him poisoned. Right. So basically, rapid shot him to absolutely zero effect. Okay, fine. And then try and concuss him with this. Anytime. Right, now run away slightly and now try and poison him. Go on, poison him. Go on. Now we're talking. And just lastly, can you get a quick med pack in before we start the run around? Right. Now, here we go. This is the I believe it's you know, kind of sort of rope-a-dope tactics, really. mean, even if we get all his health gone, there's still no guarantee we'll win. Right, okay. Here we go. Okay. Is he concussed? Doesn't look too concussed. Right, okay. Don't shoot, just please. You useless bloody tit. Right, okay. Please, please. Right, okay. So I guess we get the vibroblade out because I think there is some measure of defensibility that we get from it. Right, just stay passive. Now throw the concussion ray. Right, okay. We have concussed him. Now throw our second poison grenade. And how we're going to kill Bendak Starkiller, but that's something we can worry about later. Then I guess go up and try and do a flurry on him. That could be it.
It's over! The fight is over! The mysterious stranger has won!
That's me.
All is down, and questions abound! Twitch is waiting in the wings!
Right, cool. So we're going to need a few more of those in order to complete this quest. It's not worth it, but I like to box off quests, so we'll do just that. We, however, need to go and get some more stuff. I think at least Starkiller, or whatever his name was, uses a pistol. He's holding a pistol, so, you know, Bender Starkiller. Yeah. And I think we can just buy the grenades here, if I recall correctly.
Welcome to.
Yeah, what we want are. Oh, you're not showing me the things I want here. I guess we'll get a few of those. I don't really know what we'll do otherwise. I guess we've got like various stat boosts. Okay, I guess it's not the way we're gonna get through. Yeah. Well. Okay. Wait, does this... Do we get more of these, or is it... No. So we might still have to fight him. In which case... But we might... If somebody's going to shoot at us, we can at least use the energy shield. Twitch. Okay. That's extreme platform.
Hold on to your seats and stay back from the edges of the ring. He's wild, he's unpredictable, he's borderline psychotic, and he's the best damn duelist in the... What Twitch's opponent plans to take the champion now in this corner.
Right, okay, so... Energy shield self. Okay, good. Might as well rapid shot, honestly. Okay. Oh, do we not have any? Right, okay, inventory. I guess we use that up. Sure. Well, we're thinking about it. Is there anything to stop us from just running up and hitting it? If he wants to bring a gun to a sword fight. Okay. Yeah, it that lack of finesse is rather counting against us, unfortunately. We might as well just flurry all the way because we've no hope of doing it otherwise. I really thought that the other dude that we fought, the old guy, was was going to be the hardest one on this, but doesn't look the best, does it? Does it? It's just hold on, I'm healing. Oh, hello. Ouch.
It's over! The fight, which is reign of terror!
Right, great. Okay. But whether or not we can be... I mean, I remember Bendak's Starkiller being difficult, and I was like I was going to call myself a champion. I was... cool. Yeah, the only person... yeah, I was a... What do you call it? A soldier who was focused in melee. So, like, pretty much the antithesis of him. And like I still found it difficult, so I really can't see how on earth we're going to do this, but I will at least give it a go. It's actually turned into a fairly long episode, this one. We'll just see. We'll use our temporary boosts and things, whatever they are. Firstly, what like a sonic grenade? What does a sonic grenade do? Damage, and then a loss of dexterity for 30 seconds is okay. DC for half damage and negates. Okay, well, so it's probably not going to do that, then, is it? Again, decent amount, although I'd rather be doing other things with them. What's this? Adrenal alacrity is dexterity. Stamina is that. Yeah, the strength wouldn't be awful. if we're ever going to use the hyper battle stimulant, it was in this fight. So yeah, okay. We'll try it with the hyper battle stimulant, see what happens. I bet that.
Dueling ring. Not bad for him. But I only fight in death matches. And not too many people are willing to.
Yeah.
Finally fresh.
Cool. Right. As I say, I recall it being extremely difficult, but we'll see what happens. Oh, okay. I have to leave and then come back. Okay. Right, okay, fine. I don't know whether that is enough time to get it ready. Which? Okay. All right. Oh yeah. I remember getting a bollocking for this.
Gentlemen, come with me now. They're illegal. They're back in this corner. A living legend. A man whose very name would make his opponent shake in their boots. If any of them were still alive. Out of retirement for one last battle. Bandit Star Killer. And who would be crazy enough to step into the lady? And now.
Yeah, we get dark side points just for taking part in this, which felt slightly frustrating, but whatever. Okay, so firstly, yeah, okay, as I say, right, okay, good. And now, hyper battle stimulant. Oh, hello, very clever. Alright. And then we just spam flurry and see what happens. I predict that we're going to miss. Yeah, whether or not it is... I mean, firstly we're getting our asses handed to us anyway. Yeah. So we shouldn't be doing this. So can we now change our mind on it, or does it... Do we just have to leave the quest undone? We've lost here, so... Hello, mission. Oh, I guess... Right, okay, well... We'll just ignore it. Which kind of brings us to an end to this episode after just over 2 hours, so that's ooh, that's not where I meant to be. Where I meant to go. Yeah. That has been Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I say that as if I'm stopping. I'm not going to stop. I am going to keep going with this, definitely. I think this, for all it's dated in so many ways, there are parts of this that I think are holding up actually quite nicely. And I think that there's a lot that can be learned from this still, in terms of like if I had to say what the the overriding lesson and thing that this is doing well at this point in its early stages, for me, it's about level design, like as in, you know, stage design, as in area design. What things are you placing in front of the player? What challenges or it's not even really challenges, but like more like what interactions are you putting there? What's the scenario that you're in? Why does the scenario make sense? How are you moving through the events? How does, like, how, you know, we come out of having landed, gone through the tutorial, we come out of the apartment block, and we first straight away have got a shop where there's things that we would want to buy, but we're still coming back to that shop, and we're still coming back to, through this initial area, to the original cantina for stuff now. Like, with the areas that we are introducing are linked to the existing areas, and there's a little bit of backtracking, but not so much that it feels like a slog to move through it all. Of the various areas we've been in, they've sort of felt unique. There's been, I mean, this is obviously, it's not a difficult game. He says, having managed to. One of the things, I mean, it's not a difficult game, says the man who's like saved scummed through loads of it and has ended up dying many, many times. But I don't think there's ever been a sense that we weren't going to progress, you know. But again, you don't have to make your game difficult to be engaging. You know, you can have, I mean, this is one of the things with this, and I know I bang on about Final Fantasy VII all the time, which is a very easy game, but like, is it engaging? And this is engaging, simple as it is. And I think like the other thing, I mean, I was saying before with this, that like, if you are interested in this, if you're enjoying this, then yeah, go on, go and grab it. You know, I mean, I think you can get it on Steam for in UK price about £7 new. You know, and you put it on your wish list. I mean, like within 6 months, this will have been down to like half the, you know, to the price of a can of Coke. If you're enjoying this, then I would say, yeah, you go and pick it up. But we've touched on the story that's going on here in Knights of the Old Republic, which is, as I say, it's very basic. It's just like, you know, rescue our Jedi and now get off the planet. It opens up a bit more, you may or may not have guessed, once we get our spaceship, because we're going to get a spaceship, and that's, I don't think, you know, surely you saw that coming. And of course there's the whole sort of Jedi thing as well. But I think with this, like, what I really like about Knights of the Old Republic thus far is that it isn't using its story to pull you through. Like the story is, you know, it's an enjoyable romp. It's I think is the phrase I've used for it. It's a lot like the original Star Wars. Like it's it's not it's not a sophisticated drama. It's just it's Star Wars, but it doesn't use that as its sole hook for pulling the player through its various sequences, its various stages and parts. Mission? You're alright there. I think there's a lot of games, a lot of like indie games that I sort of play, where I think they fall. I think they fall a little bit into. Don't you start, Mr. Sith. They fall a little bit into a trap where they think that their story is really good, and maybe it gets really good. Like maybe like some of these games, like they do have really good writing that gets there in the end. But I'm going to stand over here because everyone keeps getting moved around. But rather than using like dopamine hits to get people through each section, they're relying on a story that either builds or honestly probably wouldn't be enough on its own. This has got really tight level design, and it's got a lot of, I don't know, like the quests in it feel short and punchy. And clearly that's worth a lot. I mean, again, thinking about like the Final Fantasy IX playthrough, or even really like, I mean, Final Fantasy IX obviously has like grotesque pacing problems, like incredibly slow game. But even more recently, like Claire Obscure, which we covered on this channel, if you haven't seen that playthrough or covered most of it, like that has a much slower pace in which you go through these maps levels, and you often don't need that. Like I mean, it doesn't have to be sort of ADHD the game, but it's like having things that are sort of short markers that you like for example, okay, so here's another thing with this. We're going to talk about Taris, right? Taris feels, in the RPG sense, like a living world. Right. Now, why does Taris feel like a living world? Okay, some of it you've got like characters moving back and forth, although they're moving like on some very loosely set patterns. They're basic. I mean, we saw this guy going fairly haywire before because he was bumping into people, and yeah, I mean, like if we walk into some of these, who knows what they'll do. That's not what makes it feel lived in. And like sometimes you see like a very Elder Scrolls thing to do, and like a very really common thing that loads of RPGs do now, which like which I really just don't think they need to do, is like you would have a day-night cycle, and at night all the characters would go to bed, and that's like to establish a living world, and there's like a reality in that. But all you're doing with that is you're refusing to abstract away the boring parts. Like not being able to, I mean, that hilarious, I mean, sorry, I'm going to spoil the Might and Magic 7 playthrough, but when we got to the end of that and we couldn't hand in the final quest because like it was not between working hours, or waking hours rather, and like the fucking kings of the universe had just gone to bed, and it was hilariously bad. But like realistically, unless you've very specifically set up a large chunk of your game to operate around the day-night cycle, the day-night cycle really gives something. Like, I just don't think it's earning its keep. And I think that, like, you know, it's not a living, breathing world. It's just a fucking boring world. So why is Taris different? Well, Taris's version of the living, breathing world, it's not about these characters who are milling around. I mean, they are basically just their flavour in it, just to show that it's a populated place rather than anything. I mean, they could be stood still, like cardboard cutouts, for all it really matters to that. What makes it living and breathing is the fact that when I progress to a new area in it, when I go and I find the rat ghoul serum, I need to hand it in here, and then I'm going to get a thermal detonator from over here, and I'm going to take it over to here. You know, I like, where do I get that from? I get it from the shop in this section. It's not a Final Fantasy 13 style linear corridor. I don't know where this journal is. It could be in any of the sections in Taris, and any of it would make sense because I know that the things are interlinked. And I'm not just like doing Upper Taris and then ticking it off. I'm doing Upper Taris and then, yeah, I've got to focus on the next part of Taris, on Lower Taris, but I'm still going to want to come back up here. And that's just like I know that sounds like really basic, but like that's really what a living, breathing world is in terms of playing an RPG. Of like, do I, the player, need to move through this world in a way? Not necessarily do the other characters or non-characters, like these background. I mean, they can bounce about doing whatever they want. It's not about their story. It doesn't matter whether they go to bed. You know. And I think that, like, I'm not saying that that's something that's lost, but it's something. I mean, it's unfair to really to use Claire Obscure as an example, because like Claire Obscure's world is deliberately not like a living, breathing world. You know that is it's like it's the wild. You're going out into the wild to explore that. So you haven't got these like cities and towns in the same way. I mean, to say nothing of, you know, if you have played Claire Obscure, like what it means within the context of the story, and you know, that's its own thing. But it feels like that there aren't as many good examples of this style of level design in the post-Silver Age. You know, even something like Baldur's Gate 3, which is probably the most open, successful RPG that, you know, we've had in years and years. You know, in that sort of sense. It's quite a linear experience in terms of you need to go sort of back and forth. I don't know. I didn't feel. Is that fair? I felt like it was the areas in Baldur's Gate were more like hubs rather than Baldur's Gate 3 were more like hubs rather than this sort of slight backtracking that's going on. But the other thing as well, I mean, just purely practically, like the size of this. And this is another mistake that you'll see in a lot of games. Again, I'm saying it's a mistake. You make your own judgment. But like how long it takes to get from there over to this door here. Like I think that this is not a bad distance. I actually think that I wouldn't want it to be too much longer, but I also wouldn't want it to be too much shorter. I think things are like pacing. I know I bang on and on and on and on about pacing, but pacing matters, and this is a pacing decision. And it's the other thing that like with a lot of these RPGs that like, you know, like how much time you want to dedicate to making people just feel not the quests, but like just be absorbed in the world. Yeah, I know. I mean, mileages are going to vary massively on this one, so please, you know, by all means, please do stick a comment in. Tell me what you think, whether or not this is a good example of that or not. Whether I'm just dunking on the Elder Scrolls again, you know. But yeah. But for all these reasons, I mean, like, I know I did have a bit of a shout at the the controls on one or two occasions in this, but and they are clunky. But you know, I mean, that's just it's. I guess that's just kind of part of the time they're from. I say something else that's nothing to do with anything really. I don't know if it's on the cards. It probably is. God knows every other game is. If they're planning a remake of this, like, I would be. Maybe it's already happened. I don't know. Maybe I've missed that remaster. It's like it doesn't. Certainly, for a remaster, this game is too clunky to have a remaster. It needs to exist in the space it's in. If you souped up the graphics and had this same control scheme, it would be like, oh, yeah, I don't know. Don't know about that. But yeah. We haven't even really got in on this either. I don't necessarily always love a lot of the storytelling in this. So I've said before that I don't. If it was up to me, you know, we have story points where all the party would be sort of communicating together. Whereas what we have in these BioWare style games is everything's one-on-one. That interaction between Bastila and Mission was just between Bastila and Mission, and at the end I might, you know, take a side or not. but it's just between those two, really. And then when I speak with Mission about her past, about her brother, it's just me and Mission. It's like Karth isn't chipping in. So the characters are a bit isolated in that sense. But what you do have with this is like the characters are, all of them to a T, I would say, they're big characters, you know. Well, and this one, who I don't recall being anywhere near as big as the others, but certainly those are, they're big characters with personalities and that, and it's like, it's not quite like, I often talk about the Eastern RPGs as having like these sort of anime adjacent like trope characters, or like caricatures rather than characters. But I actually think that this is kind of, it's like it's dialed up in this as well. It's a bit more grounded than a Fire Emblem Three Houses or whatever. You know, you don't have a I don't know who's wacky in that, like a Bernie or a I can't even think who would be Dimitri, like, obviously, or indeed Adels for that matter. You don't necessarily have something like that that's completely dialed up to the nines, but like, I think that Bastila, Mission, Karth, it's a little less obvious, but even him, like they really shine out their personalities. Big Z is less immediately interesting, but gets more interesting on certain playthroughs. We will not explore like that. So some of those of us who've played the game will or played the game on multiple runs will know with Big Z. But yeah, none of which, I mean. The other thing with these characters as well, that I learn, and I think this is, I mean, your mileage may vary. Some people, when we were on the old, so basically, I played these first two Knights of the Old Republic games when I was young, and I really enjoyed them. And I heard that they were doing a new Old Republic game, and I was like, yes, brilliant, can't wait. I loved these first two. And then it turned out to be a Mamorpaga, and I'd signed up for beta testing. It was really server stress testing, but yeah, I'd signed up for that, and I figured that I should try and learn like how to play a Mamorpaga first. So I went away and I played a bit of Lord of the Rings Online before, and Lord of the Rings Online. Which is, you know, Mamorpagas are cursed things. Like, I would go as far as to describe them as evil. I think I much prefer games that have got, you know, a start, middle, and an end, or at the very least, you know, if you're going to play a single player game like a Football Manager or a Europa Universalis, Civilization, you know, whatever, like something that doesn't say, you know, your next thing unlocks in six real-time hours. I think games that are like that are just like, anything that is encouraging you to think about the game in terms of real world time and hours, I think is unhealthy. And they depend on multiple people playing to work. So I'm not, you know, I maybe I'll do a separate video on that. But anyway, the point was that, yeah, on the Old Republic subreddit, we were talking about characters from Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 and who liked which characters. And, you know, like some people, you know, some of the characters I love in Knights of the Old Republic 1, other people hated. And there's one character that was the Head and Tails winner, which I personally thought was a bit of a damning indictment on the the sort of people who are on the forums. But you know, that was that character to win. But when people talked about why they didn't like the characters, it was never because they were badly written. It was never because like, you know, talking about like Dimitri or Byleth, classically Byleth in Fire Emblem Three Houses. I don't dislike Byleth the character. I dislike what the writer has done and writer and come translator has created in that game in their stead. I just don't think that they have a comprehensive or particularly good characters. It's not just that I dislike them as a person. And everyone who was talking about these characters in KOTOR, you know, was saying, like, you know, to take an example of like, you know, Mission, like, people were just like, oh, she's just like an annoying teenager, blah blah, but they were talking about her as a person, and I thought that was quite telling. Obviously this isn't, you know, by no means like the absolute gold standard, but it's pretty good. God, can you imagine how much weight I'd lose if I did this much running around in real life? Yeah. We'll keep going with this. I'll keep going. It's not too late. You know, you can still at this point leave the Let's Play and go away and pick up the game and enjoy it. I'd probably encourage you to around about now. If you stay a little longer, you've still got some time before I'd say you're going to miss the boat and ruin it for yourself. But I would really suggest that you start considering from this point that we're at now of, do you want to play this? I am, it should go without saying, I'm not sponsored by Knights of the Old Republic or BioWare or whoever owns it right now, but there definitely will come a point where your own decisions are gonna start mattering even more, and it's just, yeah, you're gonna lose something from playing it as a Let's Play. I think. In terms of the tier list, as it stands this far in, because we talked about it through the Final Fantasy 9 playthrough, we'll see how we go as we go through. yeah, it's clunky, but it's doing enough things right that nothing has left me to think that this needs moving yet. I think this is an absolute belter, and I'm very pleased to see that this is holding up with me, because I was quite worried about it, especially after that fucking incident trying to get it running on the bike with the pad, which, like, oh my god, you know. Anyway, that is a extremely long, rambling one at the end for what was quite a long episode anyway. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Wait, did I save it? Yeah, I did save it. Okay. Anyway, bye.